12 News at 10 with Mark Curtis and Caribe Divine starts now.
Tonight we are learning more about what led up to a heated altercation outside of a Gilbert political meeting. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Caribe Divine.
I'm Mark Curtis. That altercation happened on Monday night and tensions were so high the Gilbert Police Department is now involved.
12 News journalist Bianca Bono obtained new video of the incident and is joining us live in studio tonight. And Bianca, what actually happened?
Well, guys, it really depends on who you ask. Outside the meeting, the Legislative District GOP chairman and the husband of one of the candidates got face to face. The chairman says he was headbutt, but tonight in an interview with the candidate, she said she believes there was no physical contact and says her husband was defending their family.
Get off the property. Get off. Shut the frick up.
Hey. This is an altercation now being investigated by the Gilbert Police Department. It happened Monday night outside of a meeting for Legislative District 14 Republicans.
Hey. I'm pressing assault charges against you. That's going to touch you.
Seen on the right in this confrontation is Chairman Andrew Adams, who says he was headbutt by Nathan Hunsaker, who's on the left, the husband of Leilani Hunsaker, who's an LD14 candidate.
Do you believe there was physical contact?
No, I do not.
Hunsaker says the context matters and is sharing what she says led up to this interaction.
I am a mom first. I'm a mom of 4 kids. And as a mother, I cannot let anyone lie about my child.
Hunsaker says during the meeting, her opponent, Representative Lauren Hendricks, was addressing the room and claimed he had been given a photograph that connected his opponent's son to the Gilbert Goons, the gang of teens that has been linked to violent assaults in the East Valley. 12 News obtained audio of Hendricks' remarks.
Someone came to my office in the Capitol about 2 months ago, and they showed me a picture of my opponent's son, supposedly, with a couple of the Gilbert Goons.
Hunsaker, her husband, and his brother were furious.
Okay, no.
Stop. Stop.
Okay.
That's enough. This is a lie.
Hunsaker says any suggestion that her son is affiliated with the gang is categorically false.
I cannot be more emphatic about this. My son was not participating, nor was he friends, nor was he associated in any way, shape, or form with the Gilbert Goons.
Following the exchange in the meeting, Chairman Adams asked Hunsaker's husband and brother-in-law to leave. While she stayed inside, the arguing continued outside.
Leilani's husband, Nathan, basically gets on his tiptoes. He says, F you, and he headbutts me.
How do you respond to that?
The way that I respond is that my husband acted the way that any husband and father would act when they are trying to defend their family.
In a statement, Hendricks said in part, "I hope the people of Arizona's legislative district send a clear message that they do not approve of violent or intimidating behavior at the ballot box July 30th. He added he wished he used a different example in his speech, not referencing an opponent's son. He and Adams both say they're considering pursuing orders of protection as the Gilbert Police Department is now investigating, confirming the case has been forwarded to detectives for future follow-up.
I want the police to do their job, and I have full confidence that they will come to the judgment that is right.
And Hunsaker and Hendricks are 2 of 5 Republicans running in the upcoming primary election, vying for 2 House seats. That election is on July 30th. We're live in studio. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca, thanks. We continue to follow developing news tonight in Chandler, where police tell us a 3-year-old child has drowned and died. Police tell us it happened in a neighborhood near Chandler and McClintock Drive. That child was transported to a nearby children's hospital where they passed away. Investigators remain on the scene tonight. Stay with 12 News for any updates.
And we're also following some developing news in the West Valley, where a FedEx truck burst into flames along the I-10. Sky 12 was over the scene near Verado Way in Buckeye just after 9 p.m. This all happened in the westbound lanes, and DPS says that 2 of the 3 lanes are blocked right now. ADOT says that traffic is backed up to Citrus Road. Thankfully, no one was injured.
Time to get a check of our weather. Meteorologist Ginger Jeffries is here with your weather impact forecast. And Ginger, it wasn't enough to just have humidity or heat. Now we get both.
Yeah, we want to excel. That's what we're doing with the forecast. We're taking our two extremes and putting them together. I'm talking about very hot conditions coupled with, yes, monsoon moisture moving in. First, excessive heat watch that goes into play on Friday and Saturday. Numbers between about 109 to 116. We also have an abundance of clear skies during the day before the monsoons move in, which puts our UV index at 11 plus, giving you less than 10 minutes outside before you burn. So because of this excessive heat watch, try to limit your outdoor exposure. We are seeing the peak of the heat, so those 1-teens between about 3 to 6 in the evening. Meantime, looking ahead. All right, so Friday and Saturday, we do have impact alert days because of the temperatures, but yes, look at, we also have some rain coming down simply because the monsoons are kicking. For our monsoon meter tomorrow, I'm upping it to a 2. We've got an opportunity for some isolated storms, blowing dust and dry lightning. The bigger impact, of course, will be the surrounding areas, just like we saw today, northern Arizona and the White Mountains. But remember, what a 2 means is we have a 30% chance of some 30% chance of some showers with hail, local downpours, and of course some winds up to about 50 miles an hour. I'm tracking all this coming up in my full forecast. Back to you.
All right, Ginger, thank you. New at 10, Scottsdale police say that dozens of sexual predators are behind bars following an operation that targeted human traffickers. According to Scottsdale police, 42 people were arrested during an operation by its Human Exploitation and Trafficking Unit. Goodyear, Avondale, and Surprise police departments also assisted. The names of those arrested have not been released.
Tonight, the Arizona Corporation Commission says it's taking a closer look at a request for some people in certain West Valley cities to voluntarily cut back on their water use. It comes after Liberty Utilities notified customers in Avondale, Glendale, Goodyear, and Litchfield Park that they had entered Stage 2 restrictions. Residents were asked to voluntarily reduce their water use by half, including taking steps like alternating watering days and adjusting outdoor watering times. The Corporation Commission says it's closely monitoring the situation and is working alongside Liberty Utilities.
It is a creature that you never want to come across, but so far this year, more than 100 people have been bitten by rattlesnakes in Arizona. And the cost of life-saving treatment is a lot more expensive than you might think. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke with venom experts today and joins us live in South Phoenix with why the cost is so high. Chase?
Creepy, when the sun goes down and things cool off, that's when rattlesnakes become active. But even during the day, if you're on a hiking trail like where we are now, you may come across a few. But the cost to get that life-saving anti-venom if you get bit by a rattlesnake is also going to hurt. It's a sound you never want to hear.
This is a western diamondback rattlesnake.
One you should calmly back away from whether you're out hiking or hanging out in your backyard.
We get these in people's yards all around Phoenix area.
Cale Morris is the venom manager at the Phoenix Herpetological Society.
There are 13 species of rattlesnake in Arizona. We have more than any other state.
He deals with these dangerous reptiles every day.
I've never been bit by a venomous snake. Wow. So, but I try really, really hard not to.
Others aren't so lucky. So far this year, Banner Health reports more than 100 people have been bitten by a rattlesnake. And when that happens, Morris says there's just one solution.
The only way that you can get better from a rattlesnake bite is antivenom, and you can only get that at the hospitals.
He says the longer you wait, the more permanent damage is done to your body. But getting the anti-venom is more expensive than you may think.
I've seen people show me their bills, and it's been as much as $14,000, $15,000.
And that's just for one vial, which typically isn't enough.
You can have a few vials, you can have up to 40 vials. It depends on the severity of the bite.
And when you go through multiple life-saving vials, that cost can become extreme. According to a previous 12 News report with the Arizona Poison and Drug Information Center, the average cost to treat a rattlesnake bite at a hospital is $100,000. That's because Morris says it takes a lot of time and money to make. So the next time you're out and think it may be a good idea to get closer to this sound, know that it won't just put your life in danger, but also your wallet.
Chase, I had no idea it was that expensive if you're bitten. And let's face it, if you are, it's not like you have a choice. You have to have the anti-venom, as you heard in your story. Does health insurance help cover the cost at all?
Well, Mark, it depends. Some healthcare providers, some insurance companies actually have specific policies for rattlesnake bites. And if you're covered, you'll only pay a fraction of that potential $100,000 cost. But if you really do need a lot of vials, it may not cover all of those expenses. So our recommendation is if you go hiking a lot or you do live in a desert area, you're definitely going to want to reach out to your insurance company to find out if you are covered if this situation ever happens to you.
Yes, the things that you don't even think about. All right, thanks so much, Chase. Well, there are new details on the deadly Rust shooting. An attorney for convicted armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed has filed a motion for a new trial or to have her case thrown out. The move comes after the related case against actor Alec Baldwin was dismissed last week over allegations that prosecutors didn't properly turn over evidence. Gutierrez-Reed, who's from Arizona, was sentenced to 18 months in prison back in March after she was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins.
Still ahead, we'll take you